Okay. Hi everybody, so we're back again. In this video, we are going to take you through what it takes to compete in a Le Mans 9-hour race. On the other hand, also any other MSA event, because the cars are basically built to the same spec. But yeah, in this episode, we're going to basically build the car, go through scrutineering, go through the whole Le Mans practice, take you through the whole event, start to finish. Hopefully we have a good race. We're counting on some good luck, because with 9-hour races or any kind of endurance racing, there's lots of stuff that can play into whether you finish or not. But the goal is to finish, get the car across the finish line in one piece. Enjoy the video. But yeah, so I just want to take you through the car, what it takes kind of to build a Le Mans car. Certain things we've done for safety and for reliability of the car. You don't have to, but yeah, we're just going to take you through a basic what you need to do to qualify to run a Le Mans race. The way we've built the car, you would be able to race any MSA series with it as well. Well, like 90% of them. So yeah, we're going to start at the back. For weight wise, we've cut out the wheel well. We started with the E36 obviously. We've cut out the wheel well just because this saves like, I don't know, 20 or 30 kilos. This is a really heavy piece of the car. It makes it easy also to get a jack underneath to jack the car up, change wheels, make adjustments, things like that. So that's a very quick, kind of easy thing to be done at home. Just make yourself an aluminium plate, rivet it in. The next thing we need to do is the battery bracket. It has to be 8mm bolts with a 5mm plate basically holding the battery in. You should have the battery in a box, but because our battery is in the boot of the car, it's not necessary because there is a firewall between the cockpit and the boot of the car. So yeah, that's the basics on the rear. You need the 6-point roll cage, which is the same as any MSA Clubman's or most racing categories in South Africa is 6-point roll cage. We've also designed it that you tie in the strut towers, so it stiffens the back of the car quite a lot. And then yeah, we'll work our way around probably this way, which will be a bit easier. Matt's put all the lovely stickers on for us already. So we've got our Le Mans stickers, team sticker, obviously Liet, the family business. We've got some help from Motul with oil, and obviously the Fury parts on the car mostly. We've upgraded the brakes on the rear. We've just slotted the discs. We should have used E46 328 brakes, but we can upgrade later. But yeah, here's another look at the roll cage. Basically, you can see it's tied in. It's quite a complicated setup. So we've got a roll bar, we've got the strengthening bars at the back, tied in on the towers, tied in on the back here, and then there's bars that go through the front on the side. They call them sissy bars, that protects the driver in a side impact. Yeah, the next basic thing we've done is a lot of people go fuel cell and surge tank and all these things. You can do that to save weight and for serviceability options. But because we're doing an endurance race, we obviously want a very big fuel tank, so I have to stop less. I think the limit is 60 liters, which is a stock, most cars' stock fuel tank is 60 liters. So what we've done with the BMW is we've put, normally you only have a fuel pump on the right-hand side. What we've done is we've added an extra one on the left-hand side. So we've got a pump on each side of the tank, so that solves the fuel surge issue through corners. Especially with the Kalani, most of the corners are long right-handers, so all the fuel goes to the left of the car. And if the pump's on the right, then that's how you have fuel surge. Car will cut out, lose power, that kind of stuff. So yeah, basic easy mods to get it, without having to add in extra tanks and things like that. And yeah, going forward, obviously we've got the Fury coilovers. We'll lift up the car and show you that now. Going forward, we've got the bride seats that we stock with E36 seat mounts and brackets. We've put in a bride steering wheel, which is like a medium dish. I wouldn't say it's a deep dish, it's about halfway. That suits all the drivers because we're slightly different heights, so it helps. We've got the Fury short shifter kit, Fury kill switch, Fury gauges in there, and we've added a 1.5 kilo fire extinguisher, which is also mandatory for most racing series. It would be advised if you can have two, just in case, you'd rather be safe than sorry. But one is fine according to regulations. And then yeah, going forward, obviously Fury coilovers in front. We've got 330i brakes in the front, so slotted rotors 330i brake calipers, and then we have NASCAR brake pads, which Marco at Progress Precision Engineering engineered for us to fit. And then you buy the pads, I think from GNA Motorsport, they stock the NASCAR pads, which we then water jet into the shape we need. So yeah, moving forward, we've got the Fury Accessories racing radiator, the Fury Accessories pipe kit, an Apexi air filter. We've got the Fury Accessories intake kit for E36, and then we're trialing out a new very new part. I think this is the first car that has it. Speaking under correction, but I've never seen another E36 with this in South Africa yet, which is the oil cooler kit. Basically, it's a cap that replaces the oil filter cap, and then it gives you provision to put a sensor, or actually two sensors, and your lines and the oil coolers under here. So you can see we've drilled holes to force more air through there. So the oil cooler is sitting in that spot behind the bumper. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that performs. Touch wood, we don't have any leaks. It's been good so far. Standard 328 engine out of a Z3. Actually, this one came out of a Z3. We didn't pay for it. It was for free, so that was good. So standard 328 engine, 328 drivetrain, M50 manifold, max ECU, just for ease of tuning and making the car run well. We've had good luck with the max ECU so far, so Paul Bester has wired the car up and tuned it. Car makes about 160 kilowatts, which is very good for a 30-year-old engine, not bad at all. We've got the Fury Accessory strut brace on there as well for added strength in front. So normally you try and build the roll cage to tie in with the front shock towers. Time-wise, we didn't have time to do that. And because we retain the brake booster and the fuse box, it would be a bit difficult to get the bars around everything. So if you change to a pedal box, then it's much easier to do that. But 6-point cage is fine. This would be 8 points if you add in the two shock towers. But yeah, other than that, cooling system's pretty standard. Besides the pipes, we've done the 330 diesel fan, cooling fan. Well, I think it's from the 5 Series, the E39. So that's just a bigger viscous fan that pulls more air through the radiator. We found on the drift cars that is a very good upgrade. We've done polyurethane engine mounts, because what happens with the older cars, you don't change the engine mounts, you clutch kick, engine moves, fan just destroys everything in front. So good way to avoid that. And yeah, I'll take you up just to see some of the mods underneath. There's just some brake cooling, some cross bracing, things like that. And underneath there is some other race sort of things that you need to have in order to be allowed to compete. Okay, another MSA regulation is a nappy, much like your child's nappy. This is just to catch any oil leaks, any kind of grease, anything falling off the engine that might cause the track to become slippery. These are designed to absorb whatever may fall, so that's on there for regulation. We've got polyurethane suspension bushes, front and back. We've done all of them, subframe as well. That was supplied by Andres Rubber, another company we work very closely with. And then, yeah, for the brakes, we've got these Fury Accessories ducting. These come as a kit that you can make work. So we've basically just chopped the disc, what's it called, the dust plate. We've cut that away, and we've just tied in the ducting onto the shock. Again, there is a good way to do this by building a proper, ducting pipe coming off here and having it seal and creating kind of a vacuum in there that creates air pressure through the disc. Because it's a Lemons, and time-wise, we didn't have time to do all of that. It's a Lemons car. We weren't going to spend, an extra 2 days making up proper dust plates, but we can do it in future. But yeah, for now, that's a good upgrade, for any track car, any clubman's car, that kind of thing. Helps keep the brakes cool, especially when we're racing for 9 hours. And then, yeah, going back, we've heat wrapped the exhaust underneath the driver's feet. This just helps basically not get too much heat through the car. And yeah, there is a kick plate inside there that we designed and put in that keeps your feet off the bottom of the car. It's a custom throttle pedal as well. And yeah, we've got our MS sensor for the max ECU just to control the fueling and adjust things as it needs to. And yeah, going back, everything's pretty much standard. The only other thing we've done is we opened the diff, we welded it up so it's all locked. And I had to rebuild this drive shaft. We've changed the boots and everything just to make sure. And then, yeah, this is even the old exhaust of the Z3 that we've kind of adapted to make fit. And the Fury coilovers, and then here's all the bushes basically. So everything's polyurethane, everything's nice and tight. And yeah, that's a basic Lemons car. So this whole job, including labor, you're probably looking, yeah, it's quite a lot of money if you have to build it as a race car. But fortunately, I am racing this car, so a lot of things we've done for free. I've been lucky enough to be asked to drive, so we're sharing in that experience. But yeah, basically, like, as I said, the car's been built to race all the MSA series. And yeah, this is a basic rundown of what you'll need to do to your car. Obviously, some things are overkill, you know, like braided brake hoses, things like that. But in the long run, you know, that kind of thing, this might save your life. If you know, going down the back straight, hit the brakes, a brake line bursts, you can lose control of the car. So stuff like that does fall under safety mods. But yeah, right, now we got some finishing up to do, last bolt check, and then tomorrow's practice. Okay, so after doing some modifications, adding some shims into the front knuckles to get more camber, we've had an issue where when we lowered the car with the extra camber, you now towed out too far. So tow is basically the direction if your wheels are facing forward. Tow is your in and out movement, and then camber is the lean of the wheel in and out. So tow, once we dropped the car, basically, because we've added camber, the wheels are pushed out, so we had to now adjust them back in. To do that without an alignment machine, this is a basic setup. So all you need is two poles, essentially, or even two pieces of, I don't know, some people even use broomsticks, whatever you can find. Some normal fishing wire or fish gut. And yeah, basically just tie them together. Put the poles, you want to be sort of touching the front and rear bumper. Very important, the string needs to run more or less through the middle of the wheel. If you're too high or too low, you're not going to get the right reading. And basically you set it up equal distance. You then measure the string away from the wheel, the center of the wheel to the string. You put a measuring tape underneath, make it even on all four corners. And then you basically measure from the edges of the wheel basically to the string, and that will tell you how far in and out the wheel is. So on the rear, it's basically 0. I've got my little sheet here that I've drawn up. So yeah, basically, excuse my handwriting, it's not great. But yeah, basically you can see on the rear, 13.5 mil or 135 mil basically on each edge of the wheel. And that shows you that the wheel is straight. And then if that's the front of the car, this is the front wheel. So we were at 13.2 centimeters and 14.4. And basically we've adjusted it to 13.5 and 14. That gives us 0.5 centimeters or 5 mils of toe out, which is equal on this side, 5 mils of toe out. So yeah, basic alignment. You can use this to adjust things on the fly, you know, at the track if you need. For drift cars, we use this a lot with drift cars, more so than track cars. If you need the car to turn in quicker in drift, you will then tow out the front wheels a little more. I think you've experienced that. We had an event where Jason couldn't get the car to initiate and turn in. We made a slight tow out adjustment, maybe 2 turns on the turret ends, not even that much. Transformed the car basically for the rest of the day. So simple things like this is very important when it comes to racing and drifting. A lot of people overlook this kind of stuff. If you don't do this properly, you could run into issues that will make you want to quit driving. Like, it is that important. So basic setup you can make at home. You need 4 trestles, 2 poles, and a bit of fishing gut, and basically you can do your own alignment. Obviously to a point, this is limited. You can't check camber and things like that. But if your ride heights are all even, the car is square on the floor, you know, it hasn't been in any major accidents or anything, this is the best way to do it without being on a machine. So yeah, that's basic wheel alignment.
You think you know me?
So we're here with the Leert boys. We've built them a car for the Lemons 9 Hour of Kalani. But yeah, today's first practice. We're going to see how it goes. Hopefully get some onboard shots. And yeah, my first time also doing any kind of main circuit stuff, so I'm quite nervous. But we'll see how it goes. You know, today's just going to take it easy, shake the car down. Hopefully we don't have too many issues, because there's always gremlins, you know, before race day. That's just how it is. But yeah, we've managed to shake down most of the problems out of the car just on the road. But the racetrack is always a completely different ball game. So let's get into it. Okay, so first practice session's down. All of us got a run in the car. The guys did very well. Matt's definitely the fastest. He's got the most experience on full circuit. I managed to break 140, so I'm actually quite proud of that. I didn't think I'd even get close to it. The car handles really, really well for what it is. Matt says there's no grip. I think there's too much grip. So interesting, different view of perspective. But obviously he's going much faster than I am. That's why. But yeah, the car in the corners, it's like inspires a lot of confidence. There's a lot of grip. Even when you lock it up, because we've got massive brakes in front compared to the rear. So even when the car locks up, you lift off and you turn in, and she does what you wanted to do, and it's actually just a lot of fun. So yeah, looking forward to the race. Tomorrow there's a lot of things we need to change. Number one being the throttle pedal. So I had to custom make a pedal because, you know, BMW and their bottom mount stuff. So I custom made a pedal, but the angle is a bit wrong. So you have to kind of lift your foot off the brake to get onto it, which is not ideal. So we'll sit tomorrow, we'll rework that. We have to put in an ignition kill switch on the outside. And there's other little tweaks. But yeah, all in all, really, really fun. I mean, if you can afford to do it, it's actually a pretty cool event, and it's quite an interesting thing, you know, to drive a car at that speed around the track. Yeah, I don't know. I've never done main circuit and I enjoyed it. Now I understand why people race. It's really a lot of fun. But yeah, now Paul's running through the logs. Apparently I was shooting flames when I was coming past. I don't know how true that is, but so they're just checking the fueling logs just to see if it was either running lean or if something changed on the tune or anything like that. And then yeah, I noticed in turn one, it happened twice where the car kind of lost power for a split second, but literally a split second, like it not too noticeable. Doesn't unsettle the car or anything. I don't know if it's fuel. Shouldn't be fuel surge because we have two pumps on either side of the tank. So, and the tank is quite full. But yeah, other than that, good job to everybody at the workshop. All the boys, Nelson, Jay, Silence, myself. Matt also put in some hours, and yeah, no, it's really, really fun, really fun. So today it's just set up, getting to know the car, getting to know the track. You know, everybody getting comfortable, and yeah, let's keep driving. Alright, so yeah, we made it to Mischief, we made it to scrutineering. The car's just been through, they checked everything, they were happy. So that's always like the most stressful part of going racing, besides the actual racing, is just making it through the technical inspection. But yeah, car checks out, everything we've done is good. They're happy with all the safety. We did get docked some laps for coilovers and ECU. Not a big deal, because I think most of the cars will be running those same things, so I don't think it's a big issue. But yeah, all the cars look good. You can see I'm surrounded by race cars. They're not supposed to be race cars, but if you put a roll cage in a car, it's automatically a full race car. So yeah, no, so we've had a good evening, and now yeah, basically just finish up here, get the car back to the shop, and then do some setup tomorrow and practice on Friday, and then we get ready for the big race on Saturday.